All right, day 2. You guys can probably barely see me. It's super bright out here. San Diego, California, dealer show. All right, I just posted a video today. I plan on answering some questions, hopefully, because, well, the comments are, well, I'm gonna go through the comments. I'm gonna meet up with Matt Laidlaw. I'm going to the dealer show day 2, let's go. So I had to cut that a little short. There's a homeless guy that, it's weird I was taking pictures of him. So he threatened to, what did he say? Were you taking pictures of me? Hope not, because that'll be the end of you. San Diego's weird. If this is your first time here, my name is John Maxwell. I'm a highly trained unprofessional right here at Chattahoochee Harley Davidson. And on this channel, I bring you guys to work with me. So if you want to learn more about Harley Davidson, you should hit the subscribe button right now. Except today, my work brings me to the dealer show where, well, check this place out, okay? So look. That whole side of this building is bikes, and double that is clothes. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize that before I got here. How, well, I mean, I knew like clothes was huge. Like this is like a market. My mom used to sell clothes for some women's boutique, and she would go to these market things and pick out clothes for the entire year based on styles and all the stuff. So that's what goes on over here. I think at some point I'll probably find an expert in that department, since who traveled with us is my 2 awesome owners that sent me out here, and the general merchandise manager for our location at Chattahoochee and the other location, Big Swamp, same owner, 2 stores. Capiche? I think today we also need to talk about some of the pricing for stuff that I showed you yesterday. Answer some questions about that radio that I'm seeing. I'll go through some Q&A stuff. I think I just talked about that. I'm gonna do a collaboration with Matt at some point. His channel will be linked below. Yeah, let's go walk around. Somebody mentioned the Road King Classic being gone. It's right here. So it comes 107. The Road King Special is the one that comes with the 114, stretch bags, blacked out trim, all that stuff. But the Road King Classic, it's right here. It's in front of my face. In Barracuda Silver or something, I think is what that's called. And I'm so smart, it is Barracuda Silver. It says so on the tag. So your specials, Road King Special, Road Glide Special, Street Glide Special, the Limited has a 114, and the Road Glide Ultra has a 114. So your 107s are your Road King Classic, your standard Street Glide, standard Road Glide, and your Ultra Classic. Did I already say standard Road Glide? So confused. So Road King Special Midnight Blue. Maybe in post I can bring it up and you can tell that it's not actually black. Some more boombox questions that I'd gotten was the same WIM module will work with the non-CVOs, but then the CVOs do come with a wireless headset. So just like last year. I was trying to find that softail sign. There it is. New for softail this year is obviously color changes. Like this fat boy, like this fat Bob. I don't know if you heard, there's an FXDR 114. That's new for softail too. Sport Glide fans in Kinetic Green. I think the part I like most about this is the color matched fairing. I really want to ride this FXDR 114. It's supposed to hit the dealership. So we've got a truck there now, but I'm here, so it doesn't really even matter. But the next truck is supposed to have an FXDR on it, so we can expect that video, well, soon. I'm also really glad that no one else is going to get to ride it before me. I get a lot of comments about the lowrider being all chrome and the Heritage Classic being all black trim. It does make sense for the Classic model to be chrome and like the new, ideally younger rider be blacked out, but here's a lowrider with black engine stuff. It is pretty tough looking. Although all that stuff is added, after the fact. That's not a factory model. I did a pretty solid discussion on Trike in yesterday's video, and I did another one with Matt Laidlaw earlier today. I should really find that guy. But I failed to mention that they're pretty adamant about not changing your tire size and brake components, pad type and stuff. Not as much because of like the Harley brand. I know everybody thinks that Harley just wants to like sell their own stuff, but the reality is the traction control system that they've come out with this year is, well, it's tested and it all works together. Like wheel size and brake pad type and all that stuff is designed to work together for ABS and traction control to work. If you change all that stuff up, you're doing so at your own risk. It's really just a warning about that. It'll be in your owner's manual for your new trikes. It'll be plastered in a couple of spots so that customers see it. You know, that whole like liability thing. I found them, I gotta run them down. It's like the B-roll master. All right, so I have to work out some sort of agreement to purchase all this B-roll that he gets, because he's got the legit setup, and I'm over here with shaky footage.
Oh, legit. My camera's like half the price of his camera, so don't. And after talking for a while, this guy's a lot more artistic than I am too. He like does like the color grading and all that stuff. I'm like cheapskate over here, so.
But I haven't mentioned on my channel, so we did a collaboration earlier today for his channel, and if nothing else, we talked yesterday about this, but I hadn't told you guys, the whole reason why I even have a YouTube channel is because Matt's Dealer Show live stream last year for the 2018 models, I watched that and ran through all of his videos and was like, man, this is a really cool idea. Maybe I could do a YouTube channel. So in the comments, y'all thank Matt for putting me to it.
Well, I inspired him, and now he's better than me. So it's one of those things where like the coach, the student becomes better than the trainer. So yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Also, I didn't realize, you know, I get a lot of, you look thinner. That's what people always tell me. You look thinner in real life. Thanks, guys. But Matt looks taller. Like, look at this. I feel like a little kid.
Yeah, I'm 6'6", guys. That's probably the most asked question of me is, how tall are you, Matt?
Yeah.
So
that's actually a good time to bring up. I'm 5'11", so I get a lot of that with like handlebars, like how they see on my GoPro. People ask what size I am.
So he's normal height. I'm the Jolly Green Giant, yeah. Beanstalk Giant.
He pretty much ducks to get into rooms. It's like, walk through this doorway.
Which isn't good for fitting on bikes. I got to get the handlebars and the foot controls and the seat and everything.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I tracked him down. We're going to finish this whole negotiation process for B-roll. Let's talk paint. There's a lot of new paint. And paint's not something that I'm really normally very good at, but they have all model year 19 paint colors thrown up on, well, the same Sportster tank, but some really cool ones. Custom paint program is the Kinetic Green and Blue Max. Scorched Orange and Black Denim is pretty dope. I'll show you real quick. Scorched Orange and Black Denim on the Freewheeler and the Road Glide and the Breakout. I'm digging the Wicked Red Denim too. There's a Road Glide. Let's go look at it. So I haven't seen the owners or the general merchandise girls in a really long time. What's up, man? Selling anything? Good, good.
Yeah,
cool.
That grandstand is going to be a tough one to find in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. You heard it here. Grandstand. It's going to be hard to find.
It's a hot ticket. Tagged as well.
Tagged is going over well?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me show you guys tagged real quick.
Yes.
The tagged paint set. I think it's really cool. I'm curious to see if the people that like it can afford it, because it's definitely a youth market.
Correct. When we launched it at Surges, it was interesting to see kind of who was like latching onto it.
Yeah?
It was
What'd you see?
All over the board.
Really?
It was your core customer. It was people who were just learning to ride.
Yeah.
Like literally they were on some used, rolled up on used Indians, or used Victories.
Yeah, well that's the only way Victory makes them anymore, buddy. I like it a lot.
Yeah, we're actually getting requests for just that gray color, satin gray.
Isn't it funny how that works out?
That's why we do a lot of this custom paint stuff. It's kind of like, all right.
Yeah, then you know, like next year. I really like that the CVOs are toned down. They don't look like they belong on a sport bike with like their graphics, but then there is still really outrageous paint available. It's just not like, well, this is the only way you get the CVO. It's got craziness all over it. Sweet. I'm gonna go film things. Later, man. I think meeting the motor company staff has been easily some of my favorite parts of the whole thing. Speaking of which, I went back and saw Craig, dude with the light from yesterday's video, and He said that there's not a 5 3/4 option for the tourney light, adaptive turning, whatever that thing is called. I feel a title screen coming on. Yeah, that thing. There's not a 5 3/4 out yet, and if there were one in the works, he wouldn't tell me, was his exact words. Thanks, Harley. The Wicked Red Denim on Slim. This is the Road Glide I was talking about. I think for the Sportster line this year, the big news is that it's not gone. I think, judging by the comments in my own videos, there's been this concern that the Sportster would be no more, but it's still here. 48 specials, roadsters, new colors, you know, same old new model year stuff, nothing super exciting to announce. It is really cool seeing a lot of the P&A parts installed. I'll show you a couple. I found a new products catalog. Things like this Iron 1200 that to me kind of takes away from what the Iron 1200 is, with the cafe rear fender and the bar end mirrors. The Speedo mount is really cool though, the clip-on handlebars and stuff. The rear shocks are totally dope too, but the reality is, to me, the Iron 1200 is supposed to be like this classic throwback, but it's all like, all those parts belong on a Roadster. Speaking of a Roadster, I think the Roadster is one of my favorite Sportsters. It is so badass. I really like the new Screaming Eagle heat shields too. It's on a couple of them. Let me show you this iron. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, and it goes great with the Dominion collection too. Let's talk prices real quick because y'all are curious about that. I think that's what we were all worried about. The fitment is 18 and later softail for the floorboards, and they're $400. Now the foot peg kits are $150 a pair, and they're available for 18 later softails and the previous used male foot peg mounts, highway pegs, patchet pegs, and rider pegs on some models. Now, one of the Dominion parts that I like the most is probably the mirrors, like the gloss black version of the Dominion mirrors. I mean, you don't have to go like all out with the collection. Check them out. And those are $220. So, I mean, there are more expensive and there are less expensive mirrors on the market. Street, being very similar to the Sportster, hasn't really, you know, same old, got some new color choices. I don't know what they are yet. We'll discuss as they come into the dealership and I do some rider reviews and stuff, but obviously the Street 750 is still my favorite, or the Street Rod 750 version is to me a really cool bike. I think with the 2020 models and this new modular engine that they're talking about coming out with, I think we'll start seeing smaller models different from the Street line, so I don't expect to see much from the Street going into the future. I think it's going to be split, kind of that smaller CC versions are going to be different than just the Street. So I know a lot of you guys like Streets, so I wanted to include them in my model review. Or this isn't a review, who am I kidding? I'm like walking around drooling over stuff. Glossy paints. What do you guys think of this color for the Street Rod? Let me know down below. Also, I'd like to apologize for my B-roll because my setup isn't as nice as that guy's setup. Just on them, I haven't even talked about the CVOs at all. I mean, obviously this is like the coolest thing ever. The paint scheme is sick. I'm not sure if I was filming with me and James talking about the paint for CVOs. I really like how kind of toned down it is. It's more simplistic than in years past with other models. Overlaid picture here of something that I think looks ridiculous. The Lajala, this one, that word. I really like the chin spoiler. Adds a lot of paint and color to the bike. Just makes it look even more unique. So another example. I'm really digging the #1 on this tank on this particular paint scheme. Otherwise though, the Screaming Eagles are, you know, new paint options. But as of now, the only thing I really know that's different is, of course, the GTS radio that's new on all of the touring bikes. And still the 117. I'm seeing a lot of the Kahuna trim on them. the Kahuna floorboards. This one actually has Kahuna heated grips too. Matter of fact, what I'm seeing is the street glides have the Kahuna and the road glides do not. They have the same as last year as far as trim goes, that is. It does seem like pretty much all of the bikes out here have some sort of Screaming Eagle upgrades done, stage kits and stuff. I think that has to do with the, you know, like in the parts fitment, or in the parts book, there's fitment, you know, listed. They actually put all the kits on a bike to make sure that it fits. It's probably kind of unnecessary, but they do it, and that's how they determine whether or not something is for sure gonna fit. And what you're seeing is those bikes right here on the floor, they're, you know, that's how they know it all fit. One thing that's interesting, stage 2 through stage 4, I'm not really sure why they're not approved yet for California. There's so many hoops to jump through. I think this is probably my favorite bike here, easily. It's this one, the cover bike. It's done up absolutely gorgeous. You guys probably can't read this. Dude, so much stuff on here. It's insane. This is the grandstand paint that James says is selling really well. That's what he's doing. That's what James does for the motor company. He helps design and then he sells the paint sets at the dealer show to the dealers that are putting in bids for them. Grandstand on a street glide, grandstand on a Road King with the the chopped front fender, hugger front fender, what's that thing called? Figured out today they have these really cool build sheets. I guess that's just part of the paint set because it's not listed separate. Let me find out what that fender is. It's called a custom wrapped front fender, which makes perfect sense because that's what it looks like, is a wrapped fender. Also has the side covers. They're kind of, All right, ladies and gents, that's pretty much the dealer show, really. We actually leave out at like 4:30 in the morning, so I don't know when this will actually show up for you guys. Ideally, this is Thursday when you're seeing this. If not, it's because I was tired. Got a early flight, all that stuff. This backpack has been killing me. I've been carrying it everywhere for 2 days. Yesterday I walked 8 miles. Today I've been a total slacker and I've only walked 4 miles. But I've also not gotten back to the hotel. I still have to walk to this hotel. We're gonna go to dinner with the owners who so graciously brought me out here. I think I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. Hope I hit all the questions that you guys did ask me. If not, there's more dealers. I have more footage. I'll be doing intros and outros from Columbus, but talking about stuff I've seen here. And I'll use this footage all year, so I'm really excited. Bear with me while we talk new stuff for a couple of weeks. New model releases are coming. I'll be riding bikes. I'll be talking about that. But we'll be in the shop some too. Got some plans coming up. That's that. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to give it a big dirty thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, tap the bell notification so that you know when I upload, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.